What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? Welcome back, episode 251. It's a crazy day, y'all. It's a crazy day, man. But grateful and thankful, man. We proud to be here. We glad to be here, man. You already know, first time listeners is Jared, Chief Revenue Officer at Outside the Box Digital, and of course, I got my brother, my brethren, your favorite CEO, Chatty O, man. It's shit's crazy, man.
I'm gonna try to get the energy for the show, ladies and gentlemen. But we in the building. It's still one of our favorite days of the week, pod day. But we gonna be authentic, man. We just found out that a really good friend, man, and not only a friend, just a really fucking phenomenal, and I'm gonna use the word phenomenal human being, one of the best that I've ever encountered on this earth, just passed away at a very young age, man, and it's affected me very heavily, man. Real good friend of mine. We did music together for years, and it's painful, man. So before we start the show, man, our sincerest condolences goes out to the Malcolm family. My man Seneca Malcolm, man, aka Purple Chrome, man. Just found out he passed away.
About an hour ago.
Yeah. Maybe an hour ago. We just found out an hour ago.
We found out an hour ago. Yeah, we found out an hour ago. Called Cuzzo 3 times. Like, yo,
that's a fact.
Crazy.
That's an absolute fact. He called me, and you know what I'm saying. Just going too soon, man. Just an angel on earth, honestly, man. Just
yeah.
You know what I'm saying. So we're gonna get through this show, ladies and gentlemen. But this is what transparency looks like, man. It looks like real time, right? When we going through something, sometimes, you might not never see it, but this is one of them times, man, gotta let you know that pain is being had right now.
And this is in real time. When we talk about it's hard to press that red button,
right?
The day that's hard to press the red button.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. If it was up to me, I might have canceled this shit today. I'm not even gonna lie, man, because I don't want to ruin the show for our audience. I know they're expecting a certain level of energy and things of that nature, but
we got to, but that's the lesson. That's the lesson within itself, man. The fact that we still gonna be consistent. Shout out to everybody on the check-in on Instagram. Shout out to everybody on LinkedIn. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. We got such a great response from Real Talk. This is the reason why we wanted to do it today. We actually had to reschedule Miss Kim Page. We're gonna do another episode with her. She's flying in, stuff like that, man. But and we want to do a Real Talk, man. We got a great episode lined up. We actually got a great brother on deck today who's also podcasting. And we just thought, like, yo, we're going to do something for the community, man. Like, straight up. Like, we doing this shit, and this shit is tough. So we're going to talk about the ups and downs of this shit, and y'all going to see it in real time. We're going to talk about monetization. We're going to talk about what we should be thinking about as Black creators. We're going to talk about distribution, everything that affects us to make $1 off this. And if you're a creator, tap in. If you got a question, tap in. We've been doing it 3 years, y'all. So we gonna give you everything in real time. And this is why we press the button today. Straight up. That's why we press the button today on a tough day. You know what I'm saying? So,
once again, I just want to piggyback what Cuzzo was saying, man. Like, when we say we doing this shit for the culture, this is what it looks like. Even when we don't feel like doing it, man, we still don't want to deprive you guys of the valuable information that you're gonna get from this episode. So we still going press go, man. Through it all. Through it all.
The message of the day is fight through it, man. The message of the day is love your peoples. Check on your peoples, man. Love on your people, man. Tomorrow's not promised.
That's a fact.
Time, health is wealth, man. Tomorrow's not promised. Like, live this shit. Go for it. This is why we go for it. This is why we want to give the information, because it ain't promised. We gotta go for this shit now. If not now, then when? If not you, then who?
Yeah.
That's the problem in our community, man. But we gonna get right, man. We're gonna get right, man. Shout out to Dara on the check-in, man. Shout out to Cool, man. Shout out to everybody on LinkedIn, man. That's family vibes, man. We love y'all. You know what it is, man. With further ado, man, I know we're somber, man. We're gonna bring our bro, man. So I'm to give you some context. Sis Dara, who's on the check-in right now, that's my lady's best friend. You know what I'm saying? She knows his brother, highly recommended this brother, said he's getting his grind on. He's doing his business. He's podcasting. He wanted to chop it up. And we like, yo, let's just do this shit in real time. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. So we're going to celebrate each other, talk about the grind. Let's get our brother on the show, man. Lamar Perry, what up, baby?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Chatty O? What's up, Jared, man? I really appreciate you guys letting me come on, man. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to be able to drop some jewels to me. and also to your fans, man, because this podcast thing is what I've been wanting to do for a very long time, man. I'm just happy that I'm able to get on the platform like yours and just, speak my truth of why I want to be a podcaster,
That's love, bro. That's love, bro. Shit, let's start there. Why you wanted the podcast, bro?
So, even when I was young, right, I always felt like.
Hold on, wait. I gotta stop you. Hold on, Lou. I gotta stop you for a second, right? I just want to let you know on this show, we don't want the political answer. You know what I'm saying? We want that real shit. We don't care. We don't care why you stuff. You like, yo, it's for the money. I want the bag. I want the we want that. Our fans is looking for that real answer. So this your first time on the show. We know you don't, you know what I mean? That you know you're not used to the show and all that, but I'm telling you right now, we don't want none of that rehearsed shit. You know what I'm saying? We want that real from the heart answer because there's no wrong answer, right? There's no wrong answer. So we want that from the heart answer. So why did you start podcasting for real, for real?
I mean, like, to be honest with you though, bro, like I knew from day one, I was destined for greatness, bro. I was here for something. And what took me forever to get into podcasting was that, like, I was on like a 10-year drinking binge, right? So my story is basically about resilience, right? So I got today makes 405 days of me being sober from alcohol and shit and things of that nature. So yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate the love, right? So I used to always want to be in podcasts, man. And at first I wanted to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the rappers, That's what I wanted to be at first, right? But then, getting twisted, my creativity just left me, you know what I mean? Because I put that on the back burner because I want to get twisted all the goddamn time. My priorities wasn't in order. So when I seen the podcast game going up, I'm like, shit, because at first I wanted to do a podcast about fatherhood because I got 2 daughters. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us black fathers, we don't get the love we're supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? So that but then, like I said, drinking derailed me again. So once I had got sober and I started working on my purpose, I said, man, you know what? Right now is a good time for me to just go hard with it. You know what I'm saying? Even though my first interview, I was kind of a little bit I'm gonna just say just afraid to ask the guy for an interview. You feel me? But when I finally got the interview after the first one, after the second one, I got real confident in myself. So I was like, damn, this shit is like butter. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that took part. And honestly, man, I just want to spread the word of purpose, man. I just want people to know, man, it gets better as you get older. It doesn't matter what your past was. It's about who you are now. You know what I'm saying? Because if this was me a year and a half ago, even 2 years ago, man, this right here would have never happened because I'd have been too much in my head. Number one, I probably would have been somewhere twisted. Number two, I would have been in my head. Number three, I'd have been like, nah, man, I ain't got nothing to say. But we all got a story. So my story is stay focused, stay sober. As long as you stay consistent, as long as you know how to manifest, because I'm big in manifestation, as long as you know how to do all these type positive things, you can do anything you want to, for real.
Message. Yo, quick, I do gotta ask you though, bro. Listeners might be thinking too, anybody might be battling it, bro. What made you want to get sober? What made you get sober? You said 10 years. That's a long time, bro. So what made you? The straw that broke the, you know what I mean? That was like, I'm done.
So I was always a functioning alcoholic or whatever. So a functioning alcoholic is a person that is one of the worst kind of alcoholics because you see like you don't have a problem because you were able to still do things. I was able to still keep a job. I was able to still be a consistent dad. But just because I was there physically, I wasn't there mentally for my kids. You feel me? I wasn't there emotionally there. I wasn't emotionally there for them. You know what I'm saying? So I had caught a 3rd DUI. So in Maryland, where I live at, 3 DUIs, that's automatically 7 months in jail. But I caught the DUI in Virginia. And, I refused all the testing, right? So they didn't have no proof that I was drinking. So anyway, it got hit with I ended up getting hit with a reckless driver. You know what I'm saying? But when I caught that DUI, I was at work the next day, man. I was like, yo, I can't keep living like this, man. And I seen one of my carpet guys, real good brother, man. He actually got 35 years sober. So when I ran into him, I was just like, yo, I told him the situation. He said, yo, you need to be looking up some AA programs. So I get on the phone, I'm searching AA programs and whatnot, and this Palm Beach zip code number popped up. So I call it. Whole time it's a rehab center. So I'm sitting in the bike room at my job. I'm on the phone with the lady. This lady asking me all these crazy questions, right? So she say, "Who was the last person that died in your life?" And I said it was my aunt, but I said that was about 7, 8 years ago. And immediately, bro, I just broke down, bro. I don't even think I was there. I don't even think I had time to grieve my aunt death, man. I basically, all my feelings, all my emotions, bro, I just drunk it down with the bottle, you feel me? So when she said that, I just broke down, bro. And she asked me, she said, "So do you think you're alcoholic?" I said, "I know I'm alcoholic." And I swear, right then and there, bro, the weight just lifted off my shoulders, bro. You feel me? I knew what I had to do at that moment, bro. So I went and seek some help. I was at this rehab in Palm Beach for 45 days, bro. And while I was there, I was writing, constantly writing. I'm praying, I'm meditating, I'm doing all this good shit. You know what I'm saying? Discipline, you feel me? So everything I wrote down while I was in there, I'm actually doing to this day. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time ever, bro. So my main focus is purpose. You know what I'm saying? So by me knowing my purpose now, my purpose is like, for everybody out there, man, once you know your purpose is like a GPS. You know what you know what you need to do next. You know where you need to go. You know who you need to talk to. You know where you need to be. You know everything because you know what you need to do right now. I never had purpose, man. You know what I'm saying? So sobriety gave me purpose. Sobriety unknowingly gave me discipline, and sobriety also gave me confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, I never had confidence. My self-esteem was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So at first, it wasn't alcohol. I was actually, smoking weed, E-pills, PCP. Where I'm from, they call them dippers. I don't know what they call them in New York, but that's what they call them. That was my first introduction to escaping reality. I hated my reality so much. I just want to get twisted. I just want to get off the world for a minute. You feel me? That was basically, my history or whatever. But as far as getting sober, as far as getting sober, bro.
I just want to tell you, nigga, that's a deep ass story, bro. Like that shit is real.
Oh yeah,
man. I do want to get into this, man. Like real shit. It's self-awareness and the mindset. Like you just came through, like and just being honest with our audience. I was on this, but I knew my purpose. You said some real shit. You said my purpose is like a GPS.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. We've spoken to a lot of people, bro. I've never heard that shit is fly, bro. And it's hard to explain if you're not on it. So if you're not on your purpose, it sounds bizarre, but when you're on it, it makes the perfect sense, bro. So I thank you for doing what you're doing, bro, and getting into the space, man, because you damn sure got a story that should be told, man.
See, when you this is why we don't do scripted questions. You understand what I'm saying? That way we don't get a scripted answer and then you get a programmed response from us. It's bullshit, right? That's why I said to you before you answer, the audience wants to hear the real. You wanted this audience don't want to hear bullshit. You know why? Because there's other people out there every single day that are battling through addiction. You understand? Drugs and alcohol. So you kind of gave them a mixture of both. You said your primary addiction technically was alcohol, but you started with drugs. You understand? So there are people that are going to directly relate to you. So you telling them that real shit, they're going to look at you like, oh, okay, now I can look at him like somebody I can relate to and listen more intently because he's genuine with it. He's not telling us a bunch of bullshit that he wants us to hear. So for you to go into a podcast space with that kind of story and that kind of realism and be vulnerable, that's the winning formula right there, because that's how you develop your core audience. It's authenticity. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I said that to you. That's why I said that to you before you started. You know what I mean? And normally, like I said, normally we have a lot more energy because when you started, normally I'd have been like,
that's nice.
Pardon me, sugar bop, honey bun. I don't mean to intercept.
I don't mean to intercept, you know what I'm saying? But I had to let you know before you gave a response like this is what our audience is looking for. Let me ask you a question though.
Yes, sir.
Once you found out that you had, let's say, an addiction problem, did you ever take the time to call your immediate family members, your mom or dad or anybody that's still alive in your life, and ask them about your genetic lineage and say, hey, is addiction a part of some type of genetic trait that runs within our family, right? On your mom's side and or your father's side, because you could have, inherited this thing naturally. A lot of us don't understand our genetic tree, our family tree, and we don't understand that we're predisposed to a lot of things that we don't understand might have came from your great-grandfather, your great-great-grandfather, right? And maybe not the first generation off, that makes you do a thing so naturally and not understand why. So did you ever take the time to look into that?
Yeah, so I knew it was a lot of alcoholics on my mother's side. My uncle was alcoholic. He was an alcoholic. He also didn't do nothing for his daughters. You know what I'm saying? He had 2 daughters just like me. On my father's side, I wouldn't say it was that many alcoholics, you know what I'm saying? But a couple people did drugs or whatever. But on both sides, drinking and drugging was the thing. You get off from work, ain't nothing wrong with having a beer. You get off from work, ain't nothing wrong with rolling the spliff up. You know what I'm saying? My oldest brother, he did the same thing. He got off from work, he got to drinking, got to smoking his jacks, got to smoking his weed. You feel me? And he was directly in the house. So I'm thinking that's what it consists of. You work hard, you come home, you get faded. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny you said something about the family tree, the genetic or whatever. I learned more about that when I was in the rehab or whatever. We actually did a family tree. And I noticed that on my mother's side, we had a lot of mental issues like bipolar, schizophrenic, things of that nature on my mother's side. You know what I'm saying? And on my father's side, it was more like drinking and a little bit drugs and whatnot. So I guess you could say I got it from both ends. You know what I'm saying? I never been diagnosed with bipolar, schizophrenic, or no shit like that. But however, I do know about depression. I do know about anxiety. You know what I'm saying? The first time I ever discovered depression was in the 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know what was wrong with me. I just know I didn't want to get up. I just know I wanted to stay asleep. I just know I ain't want to do anything. I ain't know why my stomach was hurting. I ain't know why I had this bulge in my throat. I ain't know why I always looked so angry. And I didn't have nobody say, "Damn, bro, you okay?" You know what I'm saying? And once again, in the Black household, we don't talk about things like depression, anxiety. We don't talk about mental health issues. We don't talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because the first time, the first time I actually heard about daily affirmations, the first time I ever heard about confidence, first time I ever heard about self-esteem issues was in the first drug program I was in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but of course, I didn't take heed when I was in it. I didn't take heed to shit like that. But I did the second go around. And but no, genetics do play a part in alcohol and alcohol addiction, also drug addiction. It definitely does. A lot of people don't know that.
That's a fact.
Message.
Shit, yeah. But what's the concept of the show, man? You got a lot of everybody like, yo, that's real, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, tell the people about your podcast, bro. Tell them about the purpose a little more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, start with the name so that everybody knows the name of it.
The name. How'd you come up with the name?
Yeah, so the name of my podcast is My Corner 33. So 33 is the age I was when I got sober. The crazy thing was when I made up that name, 33, it was just to separate me from everybody else on YouTube, because when you type in My Corner, my Corona for some reason always pops up. So I was like, I need to.
I was about to say the same shit. It sounded like COVID-19. I swear the mother. I'm like, nigga. I'm like, yo, son, you can't. That's not gonna fly. And I was like, yo, do we? Because it's meaningful, but branding wise, I don't know.
Yeah. So I had to separate. Yeah, so I had to separate it, and once I separated, I said, man, because I always liked the number 3. So I was like, man, let me separate this and put 33 at the end, right? And it wasn't until maybe a month later, I said, damn, 33 was the age I was when I got sober. And it was crazy. And then I added the urban and spiritual on there, is because, we are urban. You urban, Chatio, you urban, Gerald. We come from urban areas, you know what I'm saying? But we also spiritual as well. So that's how I added it. Then I got to My Corner, because originally I had this place in my apartment where I was going to do all my, my engagement and stuff like that. And it was literally a corner. And I was like, I'm gonna call this joint My Corner. You feel me? So that's basically how it went, you know.
I ain't mad at it, bro. I ain't mad at it,
Yeah.
bro. But it's not even trying to be funny. But it's not even trying to be funny though. But what I was saying was real, but it was kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? Like the COVID-19, but we have to think about that as Black creators too. Our branding, our marketing, our search, right? Because at the end of the day, you got the dopest name in the world. If somebody can't type you and find you or something like that, like what are they going to look at? What is going to be the best representation of you? What's going to be selling when you're not selling? So we have to think about those things in order to really build our brand profile and our reputation, bro. Like, nigga, the meaning is fire.
Thank you.
The meaning is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you not feel that?
I'm just saying though, as an artist, we talk about creating for yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
so
it's a gift and a curse.
There it is. It's the perfect argument between the artistry and the business aspect of turning your artistry and from a hobby into a full-time business, right? If you love something and you want to name it whatever you want to name it because it has meaning to you, then that's what you're gonna fucking name it, right? The funny thing is you're not thinking about, does anybody have a similar name? You're not thinking about none of that. The only thing you're thinking about is this has meaning to me, and this is what I want it to be.
Sir.
You know, and then unfortunately, once you go from as a hobby, it's never a problem. If you keep podcasting as a hobby, it's never a problem. It's when you want to turn it into a business. Now, like Cuzzo said, now we got to talk about how your name is searched and what is it, you know, what's the things that it comes up with. And you know what I mean? Now you have to get into all the logistical things that come with the business side of something versus the artistry. So it's always one of those arguments that's always good to have, like, you know what I mean? But it's authentic, you know, and the fact that it means something to you. Once again, you have a great story. You have a name that has meaning behind it. You see how you're setting yourself up for success already, right? You're doing the work to set yourself up and set your podcast up in a way that it is authentic and everything has meaning. And it's not just a gimmick or a fad just to try to, you know, cash in on what might be a money grab at this moment in the podcast space. So I appreciate, you know, you doing that. You know what I mean? Applause to you.
That's a real thing.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
And that's just the message for anybody that's a creator that's coming up, yo. Anything that's authentic to you. Same way how bro just did is the same way we came up with ours. I was literally, bro, I didn't have a name for my podcast 2 weeks before my first episode. I had 3 guests booked. I had no clue what the name was. I had no logo, no nothing. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting there working for somebody. I'm working at a company. And I'm like, yo, damn, I'm sales, but I'm marketing, I'm branding, I'm a LinkedIn influencer, I'm this, that, I'm a father, I'm all this shit. Yo, I'm more than this. I'm more than the title. You feel me? And I was like, I hated the name, bro. I hated the name. I ain't gonna hold you. I hated it. I was like, yo, I just gonna stick with it. Maybe 6 episodes and we're gonna change it up or something. Bro, it's stuck. Everybody said they loved it. Everybody to this day, bro. We get major people. So it's like, it's authentic to us. It's authentic to our stories. It's authentic to our audience. It's authentic to the people we speak to. Because everybody's more than that. I don't care if you're a fucking janitor, you got a story.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're in the company, but nobody's listening to you. So this is what this is for. Now we'll listen to you. What game you got? You know what I'm saying? What wisdom you could provide. So that's what it is, bro. But do you be? I'm also gonna ask you about your show. You have guests and all that? Is it just you? Do you have a co-host? Like, or what's the format?
Nah. So it's just me, right? And I had interviewed. My first interview was the guy, my man Coach JB. He did 7 years in the Feds. Came home, became a bodybuilder, personal trainer, entrepreneur. He got a brand called Never Going Back. And then my second interview was my man Riz the Great. He a co-owner of a wholesale clothing store where you could go and get your blanks and, you know, do your big one, get your hat, shit like that. And then I did an interview with a personal trainer. He was a boxer. I did one with him. I did 2 with my own personal barber. You feel me? Guy on the Jones. He chopped me down. We basically had barbershop talk. You feel me? And then I got one with my man, Mr. King. Mr. King, he did 10 years in Lorton back in the day. So he an older cat. You know what I'm saying? Came up in DC when there was a lot of drugs. When DC was the murder capital, he survived all that. Now he's helping the youth of DC become a better person, you know? And he also is an entrepreneur as well. Then I interviewed my man G. He's a go-go. He basically throw go-go parties for people. So I done had a couple guests on there, like I was explaining to you earlier. Only thing is I haven't had the privilege of sitting down with a woman, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully that's my next step. And I was gonna ask you, man, if you got any pointers for me to, you know, my big one, what pointers you could throw at me, you know what I mean? So I get a woman on my joint, you feel me?
The best point that I could provide, like we were saying earlier, bro, like we were saying off camera, 95% of the people that we have on the show, bro, we don't know. So the whole growth goal of the podcast, what we have to do, one, we have to identify our audience, bro, who we want to speak to, what we want to speak about, and who do we want to speak to, bro. In order to get credibility in a sea full of podcasts, we have to get people to co-sign us. It's just like music. Who are you doing? If you do a song with Hove, it's crazy, right? Like if you do a song with this one, is that one? It's the same thing, bro. So what I would say when I got any of our biggest interviews, bro, it's cold shots. Like I told you earlier, and I'll tell the listeners, bro. We got Michael Keith of 112 coming here on Thursday. I'm in the car with wifey, and I heard Cupid. And I'm like, yo, who made that beat? That shit is fire. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the hell? I never knew. And it said Michael Keith. I said, who's that? It's part of 112. I didn't know. I didn't know he produced it and sang on the joint. Looked at his Instagram, and I'm like, oh, nah, we could get him. Reached out to him on the first shot, and it just was what it was. When it comes to like Matthew Knowles, or it takes years to build up the relationship, bro. Shoot the shot. Shoot so many shots. Shoot so many shots that it's impossible. Because at the end of the day, you got proof of the first shot is the hardest shot. Once you have proof of concept, and you can show people that it's dope, that you got listeners, that you got other people coming on, that's it. That's social proof. Come on, people love to tell their story, especially if the meaning of your joint, you know what I'm saying? The people are gonna do it. So keep on being consistent and just shoot shots. We shoot about 50 shots a week.
Yeah.
Bro, we got booked out to April.
But let me give you a little context on that and make it a little easier for you. See, the level of success of guests that we normally have on our show is different because Jared used this initially as a funnel for sales. You understand? Like you have to understand how our podcast got created. He's a sales guy. He's been a VP. He understands to reach out to C-suite individuals and VPs primarily. So most of our guests, and 90% are affluent guests on our show, right? Because that's our target. But you shouldn't even have to even guess or think about a female to bring on your show because you're talking about recovery. So if you go to a meeting, ask a woman in recovery right there. Easy. You understand? Your audience is right in front of you. Your audience is right in front of you. When you go to after the meeting, either the moderator, I would start with the moderator, even whoever moderates the meeting, have them on first, right? That way it makes everybody else comfortable because they go, who did you have on? You can say, oh, Jay was on, the moderator. So, oh, Jay did the show? Okay, I'll do it. So I would shoot the shot towards the moderator first, but I'm pretty sure there are men and women in any of these meetings, right, that you might go to and just after the meeting, you guys have casual conversation, right? Coffee and donuts, there's things there for you guys to talk, right? So after the meeting, say, hey, I have a podcast. Or during the meeting, bring it up. Say, hey, guys, I wanted to speak, but it's not about me relapsing or anything. It's about an opportunity. And here's the opportunity. I have a platform now that is helping other people like us get information so that they can get on the route to get to obtaining their sobriety. You understand? And I would love for you guys to help me out in my journey. It's free. And guess what? It's therapeutic and it can help everybody. And just like you have a sponsor within here, possibly you could go on the show and end up sponsoring somebody else or changing somebody else's life. And I guarantee you'll probably have more people sign up than you know what to do it. And then you just have to work on your scheduling, right? How often do you do your podcast? How often do you do it now?
So I want to piggyback. So honestly, to be honest with you though, Chetty, like I don't attend meetings though, bro. Like okay. I did a couple meetings, maybe 4 or 5 meetings, man, but it just ain't work for me, right? So, and this is another thing I want to tell you guys, audience that's listening, who's dealing with drugs and alcohol, right? What keeps me sober is me being creative. You know what I'm saying? I haven't did the 12 steps. I don't have a sponsor. I don't have none of that. What keeps me sober is me being creative, man. So I would love to interview people that's in the sobriety journey. Like the interview I did with my man Riz the Great. he didn't get sober by going to meetings, man. He did so he did it. He got sober cold turkey, in which that was a good interview because I can relate to all of that. You feel me?
That's
but
a fact.
yeah, but I love talking about sobriety. I love talking about recovery. I love talking about all that. But
that's a big market, bro. There's a lot of people that recovered and a lot of people that have impactful stories like yours. So why not just be that? And that's another conversation with podcasting that we have because we so dope in so many different things. Do we niche down to one thing or do we keep it broad? You feel me? And that's a problem that a lot of podcasts have.
I want to be honest with you, Chatty and Jared, man. I want to talk about multiple things. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to just be the sobriety guy, which I love being a sobriety guy because I'm living proof that you can get sober and stay sober, and you can have a purpose as well. But I want to talk about a lot of different things, man. Like I have a lot that I can talk about. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about childhood trauma. I want to talk about mental health. I want to talk about relationships because you know what I'm saying. We all are in relationships and there's ups and downs. Various things we can talk about. I just don't want to limit myself to just the sobriety thing. You know what I mean?
No, totally.
I dig it.
That's the same thing. That's the same argument we battle with.
But here's the thing. Once again, let's start at the beginning, right? When you created the podcast, you understood the name, you understood what you wanted to talk about. At the bottom, the basis of your podcast has to have some sort of guideline or main factor of what you talk about, right? Other than that, you're just a general podcast. In which sense, if you are, then you need one. Here's the business. Now you have to market yourself as a general podcast. See, here's the thing, right? Once again, we're based off of sales and marketing and business and things of that nature. So we talk about other things, but primarily everything we talk about is business, entrepreneurship, education into marketing. It's all related. You understand what I'm saying? So because at the end of the day, when Cuzzo was telling you this market is saturated, and if I just threw a number at you and said 8 million, and that's a low number, right? If I say last time we checked, it was 8 million podcasts in the United States alone. That's your competition, 8 million. Then you can't just say I'm talking about everything. You understand? You have to have a specific set because when they judge how good your podcast is, metrics wise, subscribers wise, right? Downloads, they have to judge it based off of a category that they have to put you in, right? Sports, marketing, business, finance, etc., right? The only way to do that, or general, right? The only way to do that is to keep listening to your podcast and understand what your general purpose is. So you have to establish that first. So I understand you might not want to be the sobriety guy, but I pose this question to you. You create the art for your audience and your audience accepts it, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you start talking about a bunch of general things and you start paying attention to the metrics of how well your show is doing based off of what you are talking about. And most of your engagement and most of your interactions and most of your subscribers and downloads come from you talking about addiction and sobriety. Then what are you going to do? Are you going to make the decision to continue to give the people what they want? Or are you going to still say, hey, I want to just be generalized and give you a little bit of everything? What's your decision then?
Well, right then and there, yeah, I'm going to continue to talk about sobriety. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. No, of course. Of course. No, yeah, exactly. You know, that's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying, though, Chatty-O. Definitely.
No, we say that because we've had people that are way more successful than us tell us the same thing.
The exact same thing.
I got you.
The exact same thing. And they doing millions. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, look, I do this. Like some people are just a podcast person. You come to them when you want to create your podcast, you want the equipment set up, this, that, and the third. That's what they do. Us, you may come and get a CEO. You may get a VP of marketing. You may get a salesperson. You may get a celebrity. You may get this, but it's still a common theme of what the hell you had to overcome to get to that. Like you ain't just that, right? Who are you to get to the mindset? Because that's what we're trying to reach. You know what I'm saying? The mindset of the people, change the mindset. So like, bro, like from all that, it's a lot. So if you whatever verdict you're going to do, even if you're going to generalize it, get the Get the people that are already known for that space. If you talk about sobriety, you talk about fucking mental health, childhood trauma, whatever you're talking about, get the person who's the most lit in that sector right now. That accelerates it. That accelerates the whole process.
But I got a question for you. Here we go.
Let's talk about it.
Let me here's a quick Q&A. You understand? To see where you are mentally for this thing. First of all, how long is your podcast, minutes wise?
So what I do is, right, every one I did was probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So what I do is I break them down in 30 minutes. About 30-minute jumps. Yeah.
So your normal is an hour and your highest episode is an hour and a half?
Nah, so my highest episode as far as views,
time. How long? Your longest episode, how long was that? I'm sorry. Let me rephrase it. How long was your longest episode?
It's about 39 minutes.
Okay, 39 minutes. What's your average runtime of show? Is it 30 minutes?
So yeah, my average about 30 minutes. Yeah, that's the average.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Here we go. Let's run with your average runtime of 30 minutes, right? My cousin just told you that a lot of times we have very influential people come on the show, and that might have been the first time meeting them, right?
Yeah.
Think about the way that we met you. It was through a mutual party that kind of vouched for us, but you're not going to get comfortable with us until you talk to us and feel us out and kind of get a vibe for us. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, think about how long from the beginning of this show to the time that you decided to tell that story. We didn't talk off camera and talk about anything about addiction or anything. We didn't even expect you to say that. We're grateful that you did because it was real. But we had to ask the right questions to make you feel comfortable enough to give that answer. That took at least 15 minutes just to get you to start answering right that. Right now, we're at the 36-minute marker. So just imagine if you were general and you're jumping from subject to subject, from your introduction and however you open up the show to however you introduce your guest and how much time elapses there, take out your closing, and then you have the body of time that you have for Q&A. If you are generalized and you want to talk about at least minimum 2 to 3 topics in a 25-minute span, then you're going to be rapid fire question and answer. You're never going to get a person to the point where they feel comfortable enough to give you a phenomenal interview because the interview is going to be over before it even started. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
That's right.
Because before you get a person a chance to actually dive deep, you just dove deep into alcoholism and your family's lineage, and you needed about 10 minutes to do that. And we just started, and we just kind of started to touch on it. So imagine if right after that, and a person is warmed up and they're ready to go, and this is something that's passionate about them and their lives, and they want to talk about it, and then you go, okay, well, let's talk about sports now. You kill the entire momentum of the interview. Because now you're trying to stick to a script of I have to talk about 3 topics in 30 minutes, so each one can't get more than 8 minutes, and now it's not authentic enough anymore. You see now that this is what I'm trying to show you. You understand? If you're only doing 30-minute shows, you don't have enough time to be generalized unless the entire show has to be on one topic and one topic only.
That's real.
Any jumping around and you are going to blow your momentum, your flow, your Q&A, right? The naturalism of you're going to blow it because you're going to keep interjecting, trying to throw different things in there to steer it in a different direction. See, our runtime is normally an hour and a half. 1 hour and a half is our natural runtime. But we have done 4-hour shows. Do you understand? 4 hours.
Straight, no pause, live.
No pause, no dead space. And we tried to end it 3 times. And the audience was like, you better not cut this podcast off because once again, you are creating this for yourself. But once you deliver any art, music, right? Art, drawing to the public, they decide what they want. And you're going to feed them what they want, right? So that's the message that I'm sending to you, right? This is the same message that we got from people that were further along, like Jared said, than we were in our careers.
Like my man Hayes said, have a day like Real Talk. Like this is our general day.
You see?
Yeah. This is a day when it was Real Talk. Yo, bro, you come in, we're going to talk about anything. We might talk about the Diddy documentary. We might talk about this. This is when we get everything that's popping in the culture. Let's get it off. You want to come in, get a message, come on the community, whatever. So we just say that's what we do. We ain't saying you got to follow that blueprint, but those are things to consider, bro. We have to think about that because like our best interviews, bro, it don't get spicy into the 45-minute mark.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
We get spicy, bro. I done had 2 Dendus. I'm on my second split. Like we sitting here we sitting there going now. We rocking. Like that's what it is, bro. So for you, bro, just think about that runtime, bro. Think about what kind of stories you want to get from the people, bro, and just lead them the story. That's why we do unscripted. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is, bro. It could be a billionaire. We've had billionaires on the show.
Never been scripted.
PR team would be like, yo, can you send us some questions?
Nope.
And we may act something around this, but I can't tell you how it's going to be. I cannot confirm nor deny.
He's right. He's right.
I got you. Yeah,
that's what we do, bro.
And if you notice, and again, we talk about we didn't even know this conversation was going to come up, but listen to what my cousin said to you when he was talking to you in the green room before the show, and you went to answer. He cut you off. He said, "Nah, don't answer because when you answer, I want it to be live so you can get my authentic response." You see that? And we didn't even know we were going to have this conversation. You see how things work out? He said that shit to you in the green room.
I was like, you got to stop.
You got to stop.
I want the real. I want the real. You're going to go off right now, and it's hard to duplicate that.
Right.
You can't say that twice the same way you did it. It's hard.
Yeah. Nah, you can't. Yeah. All authentic self. Yeah, all the time.
You understand? So again, I'm just that's a little bit of advice to you also. And we never asked. So let me ask the question. Is podcasting for you a hobby, an outlet for you to get your emotions and your feelings out? Or are you looking to turn this into a business that you're going to start monetizing from and possibly making a career out of?
Yeah, that's the goal of mine. That's definitely a goal of mine.
Okay.
Definitely a goal of mine. For real. Okay. Definitely.
Because there's nothing wrong with just having it as a hobby. You know that.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, right? But nah, man, I got Destined for Greatness tattooed on my arm, bro. And to be honest with you, like, I feel like, I feel like I got a story. I feel like I can help the next man. The name of the game is to help someone. The person I help, hopefully they pass it on, help another person. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, bro, I don't think, to be real, Chatty and Jared, I don't think the man upstairs put me through what I went through for me not to share my story. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that I want to do, and I'm passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? I take it serious, bro. You feel me? I'm passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable on camera. You know what I'm saying? It took me a minute to get on camera. You feel me? But I'm comfortable on camera. I like being on camera. I like talking. Yeah, and then like I tell a lot of people, man, we talk all day for free. Why not put a camera in front of us, man, make some good dialogue, and then potentially get paid for it?
The only
relaxation said a good point just now. Turn your passion into a cashier. Yeah. So let's get into the shits, right? Yeah. What does
we got some other comments too.
Right, so we're gonna get into that relaxation. That's a deep one. We're gonna go into that. So what's the other joints?
We got P said don't feel like you have a story. You know what I'm saying? Like, the story, she's pinning it like, yo, you got a story to tell. It's crazy, right? She said, and you look good on camera. So she gave you a compliment. She said you look good on camera.
Thank you.
Glad you overcame that. You understand what I'm saying? So you got a lot of engagement going on other platforms. Once again, right? People are relating to your story and listening to you and saying, like, yo, keep going. Go ahead, cuzzo.
So let's go back into this joint.
Yeah.
Turn your passion into a cash-in, right?
Yeah.
Do you know that probably I think the statistic was only 15% of podcasters actually monetize their business, monetize their IP, bro. Wow. So when we talk about these things, we have to have these real ass conversations. How are we monetizing the content, right? Like, so what is your main platform of choice? What are we thinking about in terms of distribution, branding wise, right? Like, can we put it on clothing? Can we put a lunchbox on this motherfucker? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of this stuff we have to think about. Like, nigga, we got more than nigga. Get you more than a title motherfucking chalice. You know?
I left mine upstairs.
Yeah, I'm saying, there you go, my boy on it. That's what I'm talking about.
I got the beard oil on deck. You feel me?
Come on, my guy working. That's what I'm talking about. So now we're talking about product, merchandise, all those different things, bro. So like, what's an avenue right now that's been working for monetization? And we'll tell you ours. You know what I'm saying?
So hey, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right?
Keep it a beansky.
I'm on TikTok, right? And what I do is, man, I break down a couple of my videos, and I throw the shorts on TikTok. I do the same thing on YouTube. But when you talk about monetization, are you basically saying where else do you put your your videos and stuff like that, or you? Because when I keep
hold on. Let me take this one. So first of all, let me just start with this, right? And the reason we asked you when you talked about being comfortable on camera, I want you to understand that you could have a successful podcast and not have a video component to it. Some of the most successful podcasts in the world are audio only. So just so you understand, you didn't need a video component to complete your podcast, right? When we're talking about monetization, it's very simple. Are you making money from any source from your podcast? Plain and simple. That's the easiest way to ask the question, right? So if you even made
a dollar, not at all.
But hear me out. If you even made when we talk about statistics, you got to be careful because right? Statistics are thrown out, yes, to give us information, but also confuse us and deter us when you're not educated. So if Cuzzo says only 15% of podcasts monetize, that means make money. So if I say to you, hey, did you ever make $1, even $1 or 50 cents from TikTok? And you're like, yeah, I made a couple dollars. Then you've monetized. You see, you didn't make thousands, you didn't make hundreds, you didn't make millions, but you've monetized because you've made money. Monetizing means making money. It doesn't mean making a certain amount of money. It means the act of starting to make money. So technically, you would fall now into that 15% of a podcast that makes money.
It's smaller than that. While the podcast industry is booming, the vast majority of podcasts don't make significant money. Only a small percentage, around 1 to 3%, become profitable, with most creators earning modest income.
There you go. You see, now you see how he just broke it down? See, that's what I was just saying, right? That's the difference, right? Between, making money and making enough money where now the podcast can support you as a career is completely different. It's completely different.
Well, I haven't made no money off nothing. I made some money off the beard sauce though, but as far as monetization, nah, I haven't made no money off no social media platform. Nothing.
That's bro, that's real. You want to keep it all the way again? We make a lot of my money off platform.
Off platform.
That's just the reality of it, right? Is to sell that tangible product that you have, like the beard oil, right? We do LinkedIn. We go talk to sales organizations. We train their teams on how to do sales. We train teams on how to build podcasts. We do a bunch of stuff, bro. But this is the lead into that. You know what I'm saying? When that thing clicks, absolutely it's going to be crazy. But once again, you got to find it's the social proof. We in the social proof stage. We got the hottest mixtape in the world, but guess what? We going door to door. You know what I'm saying? We selling the shit out our trunk. And that's just what it is. We have a great community. We have a big community, but we have to keep on finding ways to monetize. And the problem is a lot of Black content creators don't get funding, and they're not going to get the funding. And most tap out between 6 to 8 months because they're not going to go through what we go through. I think Bro's connection.
He might have just tapped out.
That's what happens to most of us. We tap out. We frozen. We get frozen. That's it. That's all.
Yo, my timing is impeccable.
Nah, son, but that's a real conversation. Like, I'm glad we brought that up, bro.
Yeah.
So for a brother like him who has a mad impactful story, we need to be talking about monetization. I don't even know if he's speaking to other brothers or sisters about it because there may not be nobody doing what he's doing.
Well, there is, because I'm gonna tell you, that is a huge market.
Factual.
And when we are talking about people that are dying, see, when we talk about products and services going into like mental health and drug, people are begging and dying and looking for people like him. That's EA. That's EA's lane.
Absolutely.
That's EA's lane. You understand? So people are dying. That's why I asked them that, like, yo, you got a market for that, but do you want to, stay there, or do you want to be general and bounce around? Hold on, let's bring him back.
We got bro back.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
Now you good, bro. And stepping into entrepreneurship and podcasting at the same time takes courage, vision, and heart. Don't ever underestimate the power of your voice. Someone out there needs to hear exactly what you're creating. That's a fact.
Look at that.
But can we survive it though? Can we survive the way?
Well, yes, you can, if you are treating it as a hobby and not a business. And let me explain it to you, right? Here's the difference. If you start your podcast organically and you grow your numbers because you have a schedule, you have topics, you have engagement, you start to build your community, but you do it on your time, right? So it doesn't matter where you are. You understand what your look is, just you talking to your audience. This is your hobby. Now, by the time you develop a certain level of following, right? A certain level of following, then somebody could present to you an offer to say, yo, do you want to turn this into a business? But you don't have to. But if you did, you already have the following. See, to do it like that is very easy. It doesn't require much because you don't even need the fancy equipment. You don't even need a high-end microphone and stuff. You don't need none of that. All you need is everything that somebody's walking around with every single day, one of these fucking phones. And it don't even need to be the latest one. You understand? Just so it can capture your voice and upload it to a platform, or your image and your voice, which almost any camera will do. And that is your podcast. So in that way, it's not hard to do it. Now, if you're talking about taking it from a hobby into a professional business model without the audience, while you're building, without the following, without the community as you're building, that's a completely different story. See, that's what we're doing. We're building the community, but also scaling the podcast at the same time. See, it's a big difference.
We're underestimating. We're investing in ourselves to create, own our IP and keep our IP and not go through anything else.
Well, you still own your IP.
We're always going to own our IP, but we're investing in ourselves. At the end of the day, if we go get a bag, a distribution bag, or a creative partnership, a strategic partnership bag, guess what? It's going to be different parameters to the show.
Yeah,
are making sure we keep it.
But the only difference is I'm showing him is one doesn't require a lot of monetary investment. If you do it the first way, you do it on your own time. You don't need equipment. You got a phone. You do it when you do it. The way we're doing it, going to conferences, you understand, flying in and out of state. That's what.
That's what we. Just like bro said, Lamar, we trying to get to the yams, nigga. We trying to get to the yams, nigga. We're not trying to pull out the phone. And that's how our thinking is. So we're gonna do it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, let's do it all the way. And I'm happy that y'all brought up the camera and the mic, because that was one of the questions I was gonna ask y'all, man. I was gonna ask you, what should up and coming podcasters like myself look out for, and what camera and mic should we purchase? That was actually one of my questions I was gonna ask you guys.
That's Carlos' department. Let them know what's up.
So
what we got.
My answer to you is always going to be this: stay budget friendly. Stay budget friendly. Are there extremely well put together microphones and industry standard microphones? Yes, right. Most industries in podcasting use this one right here. This is the Shure SM7B. This is the industry standard for microphones, but it's also a $500 microphone. You understand? Yeah. Not including the $100 arm to hold it, the cables, and you understand the $2,000 mixer that this is plugged into. So it gets pricey very quickly, right? I would say get a decent microphone, decent to start off, and when you're able to, slowly upgrade your system, right? All you have to do is Google podcast microphones. Listen to me. If you're in any industry, do your research first. I did music for a long time. Cuzzo did music. We have music microphones, which are normally considered condenser microphones, $500, $600, $800, $1,000 microphones, etc. But could we use them for podcasting? Yes, but they're not designed in the way that podcasting mics are designed. They're designed differently to capture the audio differently. So I went out and bought a podcasting mic. So there's a difference, right? But if you only have one mic, or if you're on a budget, then get just Google podcasting microphones, right? What I like to do is, if I'm looking for something, use the word best. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever thinking of buying something and you want to kind of compare what's out there, use the word best. I'm giving you guys a little cheat code, right? So let's say you wanted a microphone. Google best podcast microphone and put the year that you're in, 2025, right? What'll happen is there's a lot of websites that do what's called product testing. They do product testing. So they'll buy all the podcasting microphones out for that year and rank them, tell you the pros, tell you the cons, and tell you the price points of each one, and give out awards. Best microphone overall, best budget microphone, best economical, things of that nature. So use the word best. Whenever you want to compare anything, say, hey, what's the best car tire, blah, 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 and then put 2025, and any website that compares and contrasts them will pop up for you, and you'll have that information. Not only will you have the information, most of them give you links right in the website to click on it to go to the place that gives you the cheapest price for what they're talking about in the moment. So that's what you should do for a microphone, right? If you want to go for industry standard, sure, SM7B is the way to go. Like I said, 90 something.
Type it in the chat so we know we can put it on the screen. Type it in the chat.
Yeah,
sure SM7B.
Yeah, so
we can put it in the chat, bro. So you go, you know what I mean? So you can check it out. That's the same.
Yeah, I got it right now.
Oh, you got it?
Oh, my guys are. You know what I mean? But still, anybody that's listening, we can just put it in, just yell so they know what's up.
You know what I mean? Now, when it comes to cameras, once again, most people have either a cell phone or a laptop. Right now, we have cameras. We have high-end DSLR cameras. We have mirrorless cameras, but we're talking to you from laptop cameras. So most people have computers. Your laptop camera normally has a high-definition webcam built into the laptop. You could plug your microphone directly into your computer, and you don't even need to buy a camera right off the bat. You see? So that would be, again, the solution is, if you have a laptop and you don't need to spend the money on a camera right away, don't do it. Go ahead and use your webcam or your computer cam. Or if you don't want to buy a high-end camera, you can get a webcam. Most webcams are under $100. Some of the more, high-end ones might be like $150, but they're not too expensive for a HD webcam that you can podcast and stream and do anything from. And once again, plugs right into your computer, whether you have a desktop or a laptop, right? So those are two very economically friendly advice to cameras. Now, if you want what's considered to be the industry standard right now for cameras, a lot of people are using the Sony A7 III or A7 IV, which we call a run and gun. That camera is going to run you $2,000 roughly-ish, no lens. And Sony lenses are not cheap. You're going to spend at least another $600-700 on a lens. So that camera and then when you buy the battery and back, that camera setup can easily run you $3,000, right? We on the other end, and they have more within the series that gets more expensive. That's their mid-grade camera, but that's mostly of the run and gun footage that you see on TV right now. Them high resolution shots and action shots. Most of those are shot on the Sony A7 IV or the Sony FX30. So we use a different camera because we already had Canon cameras, because we have a 5D Mark II already, which is that's a $3,500 camera when it first came out, no lens. But we have the Blackmagic 6K, right? And that's about, I don't know, $3,000, no lens as well. So that's what we run. We run Blackmagic products. We bought the Blackmagic because we already had the Canon, and the Blackmagic camera has an EF mount that accepts the Canon lenses, which saves us now from buying $1,000 lenses for the new camera. When we already have 3-4 lenses for the old Canon cameras, we can still use them. See, the Sonys, you can't do that. And you'd have to buy a specialty mount to mount to them and spend a lot of extra money and do stuff like that. But, so a lot of Sony people don't like to do that because their lenses are designed specifically for their cameras, and Sony has what's called the best autofocus in the game. So that's why people don't want to do that. When they buy a Sony camera, they want a Sony lens because Sony is credited with the best autofocusing in the game right now. So that's cameras. You understand?
Cool. That's a bad. That's a bad. Yeah, I was looking at a couple Canons and Sonys. I was looking at that, but somebody that I had spoke to yesterday, they was telling me about this camera right here called it's called DJI Pocket 3. You ever heard of one of those?
So DJI. So DJI is a phenomenal company. They're an action pro based company. They design their products for like Red Bull and stuff, like a lot of stuff like that. They design gimbals, GoPros, drones. Their cameras are designed to do that, bounce around and stuff like that, and not show you any shake in the recording. So DJI is a phenomenal company. Look, this is what you need to look for very simply. Right now, everybody is streaming in mainly 1080p, which they consider to be high definition, right? Every camera that you're gonna buy right now is gonna shoot at least that. Our camera shoots 6K, but after high definition, obviously it's 20, then 30, and for 4K, 2K is double high definition, right? 4K is quadruple, right? Our camera shoots 6K. Do you need all of that right now? No. We just believe in buying the best so that you won't have to upgrade for a very long time. See, economically sound, we buy the best so we won't have to upgrade for the next 10, 15 years, right? The world will catch up before we need to upgrade our stuff, right? But really, you only need a camera that shoots in 1080, and almost every single camera on the market worth anything shoots in 1080, and that's it. And that's if you want a video component, right? And that's it, right? Most people do their podcast sitting down there, even if you move, the camera itself is not moving, right? So even a DJI Pro or something, you're going to get the great use out of it, because any camera that doesn't have image stabilization, it doesn't matter because the camera's not moving. You're moving, right? So the camera's just going to be sitting on whatever anyway. So if you get a camera that shoots 1080, as long as you can get the recording off of it or save it to a SIM card and it's budget friendly and you like it, I would say go for it. The DJI is a great tool, and anything else is a great tool. It's all preference, right?
Yeah, preference. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. Every episode I did it off my iPhone 14.
There you go. You see,
that's how we start, bro.
See?
Yeah.
But as you scale, though, these are going to be the questions that you're going to be thinking to yourself, because we were there. Same shit. You know what I'm saying? As you get other guests, as you start getting your content, you start getting to your flow. You know what this is. You know what kind of edits you need in order to make it go viral. You know what kind of content is going to do what type of viewership and all that. It requires an investment, bro. If you want to be the JDP, if you want to be whatever it is, whatever the top joints is, the cameras that Cuzzo was mentioning, that's what they're using. We could look at every podcast right now and say we got the same equipment.
Yes, now I got you,
bro. So you just got to just do it, bro. It depends on where you at. Once you get to that point, you're gonna know. It's gonna hit you. It's gonna smack you like a ton of bricks. It's gonna be like, do I make the investment or not? Because you're either gonna make the investment right now, or you're gonna be outsourcing that shit. We paid $1,000 for an episode,
easily.
$1,500 for an episode with our brother Champ. Champ was from My Expert Opinion with Matt Hoffa. When the hottest fish grease, got him on the show. He's like, yo, what can we do? We can't do virtual, bro.
That was our first in person.
Yeah, hey man, it's funny you said that, because when I went on your page earlier, I seen that one. I seen the short for that jump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I said, yeah. I remember him. I always wanted to know why he wasn't on that show no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
same shit we talking about.
Yeah, I watched it. It was definitely a good jump.
Appreciate you, but that's what made us like, yo, we're gonna pay $1,500 for one episode. Why not pay the $3,000 and I can get 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 episodes?
Yeah, now you're right.
So it's just, you know what I'm saying? That's all we're trying to say, bro. Just give you the best information, because we've been through it, and that took us about a good year. We did a whole year virtual, to the point we had to do in person. And some people you just have to do in person, bro. We flew down. I'm saying this time last year, we flew down to Miami to interview Rohan Marley, bro. Just us, Mika, his son. We don't have no fucking big camera equipment set up and all that shit. We got the camera, we got the StreamYard set up, we got the stands, we got the lighting kit and all that, and we going commercial, bro. We on a jet blue on this motherfucker. Sensitive, please do not drop this shit. If you drop it, it is no more interview. You feel me, bro? And you got to make those decisions. And we came out of pocket.
Yeah.
So
I was actually going to ask you a question that's kind of similar to what y'all was talking about. I was going to ask you, is it anything you guys would have done differently looking back?
That's a damn good question. Nobody asked us that. If we had done anything differently, I'll be honest with you, I wish we'd have done more in person sooner.
Oh, I got you.
That for me personally, bro, I feel like the virtuals are great for two things: building community, building a relationship, and just and doing those and just having a catalog of content. If our thing was in person, bro, with our energy, I feel like we would have been to the moon already. And I feel like that's the only thing people have told us that. Networks have told us that, like straight up and down. So if I had anything to do, but it is no anything different, because guess what? We have to learn that shit. We had to make the mistakes.
Yeah,
We had to go through it. We had to like, yo, be where we at now, where we can have conversations with Peacock and Netflix and be like, yo, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you X amount of this to this to that for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you have to go through it, bro. So if anything differently, I would just say stick with in person, bro. In person is always gonna go because that's who you're competing with.
Yeah.
What would you say, Cuzzo?
I mean, if I say it, they say it's scripted. I mean, you already. The thing is this, bro. Hindsight is always 2020, and anything in life is 2020. Yeah, I would have changed this. Yeah, I would have changed that. But you changed that, and you're not the person you are today. Plain and simple.
Fact.
If you didn't get pulled over that third time for that DUI, you are not the person, and you are not sitting with us today. You're not that person because you got away with it that time, which changes your entire timeline of your decision making moving forward. So for me, I can't sit here with my cousin and we just celebrated 250 episodes with the CEO of Revolt, and we celebrate doing 250 live. That's not all we've done, but just the live numbered episodes. If I celebrate that, then I have to celebrate the exact journey that got us here. That's right. Because he just told you we had to go through it, bro. And we're talking the good, the bad, the ugly, the arguments, the not having money for the company. We had to go through that because it all builds your character. It all builds your resistance. It all builds the bond between the two people and the three people working together to keep this company afloat, to understand that we are all on the same page. Without, if one of these things change, that bond doesn't form as tightly. If it doesn't form as tightly, then the next time we have a stress, we might, instead of cracking, we might break. You understand what I'm saying? So he already said it, bro. He already said, I can't change nothing. You know what I mean? Knowing what I know now about, changing things in life and courses, but shit, we would have all loved it easier, right? Mm-hmm. Shit, who the fuck loves the struggle? Let's just keep it 100, right? Yeah. I'm not saying we don't want to work for some shit, but a lot of motherfuckers be like, God damn, I still gotta prove, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like the streets, like, gotta move the 100 bricks, 100 bricks, and I still gotta prove myself. You understand? So sometimes, bro, this is just what the world is, man. You gotta prove yourself until you don't. That's really just the fucking answer, bro. Message. Prove yourself until you don't.
That's real.
And then when you don't, then it's game time. But you got to keep proving yourself until you don't. That's the answer.
We show every single time, bro. Mm-hmm. We've had some ugly losses. We had some real shit we've gone through, bro. We've had a lot, man. I wouldn't change anything, man. Straight up, bro. We had to go through the shit to be able to talk about distribution. And what I would say, bro, for you, like, just keep the path, bro. Like, a lot of times I'm gonna keep it all the way gangster with you, nigga. We went into this year, nigga, with wifey sitting there. I'm like, how the fuck are we going to top 2024?
Yeah,
no plan. It's like, nigga, we done talked to every executive you could think of. Who out? I don't know who to talk to. Like, straight up, who the fuck do we talk? Who do I reach out to? Like, who the fuck do we talk to? Seriously, like, and it's like, damn, yo, if I got that, like, who do I? Yo, bro. We've done crazy shit. We did CIAA. We went to France. We went to mad places, bro, for content, bro. Like, with no plan. So your gut, bro. Sometimes I might reach out to a motherfucker at 2:00 in the afternoon because I thought about him and just text them and they answer. I might have texted them 10 times before and never got an answer. So what I say that to say is, yo, trust your gut. Your purpose is your GPS. So stand true to that shit. Stand on that shit.
That's
real. It's
real.
going to tell you to text that motherfucker at 2. It's going to tell you to get up. It's going to tell you that this is the right event. It's going to tell you that this is the right guest. It's going to tell you everything, bro. Just listen to that shit and really listen to that shit. That I'm telling you, we ain't got no whiteboard. Cause we got a whiteboard. We like, nigga, this shit happen organic.
Yeah,
organic, like a mug, bro. We could. It sounds crazy. What if it be like,
Hey, Jared, nah, bro, it don't sound crazy, bro. Cause I had this one female that was editing my videos, man, and she was taking forever. She said I wanted to be perfect. I said, look, shorty, I don't have time for perfection. I got time for consistency. You feel me? Message. about perfection. I'm worried about consistency, baby. You know what I'm saying? You taking forever to edit my damn videos, bro. So what I had to do, I had to learn CapCut my goddamn self.
Shit.
Look at that CapCut, man.
Talk about it. And that's the journey, bro.
That's the journey, like you said, bro.
It's the motherfucking journey. I ain't know that, bro. I know Opus like a motherfucker. We use Opus. So if you start using your clips, we use Opus. Anything you saw, probably like the Champ, probably not the Champ one. Some joints we outsource and all that because we gotta have a specific look. But most of the time, 80% of joints are Opus.
Yeah.
You get the same reaction, the same viewership, the same all that shit, bro. So use that shit. Learn the AI. We gotta utilize AI. This AI is to create your whole podcast, bro.
Hey, bro. AI is mean, Slim. I'm on ChatGPT all the time.
Come on, bro. But there's other shit like 11. Look into 11 Labs. The shit can take your voice and you give it a topic and it actually could come up with a podcast. If you're only doing audio, it can have a podcast in your shit and you edit it.
Wow.
You didn't even got to record, bro. 11 Labs.
Wow.
Shit like that out, bro. Like, so these are the things that the competition are using. So I just want you to be privy to all that shit, bro. Because we old school. You know how we do, nigga. We gonna do it. We're gonna wake up, we're gonna work, we're gonna wake up, we're gonna work, we're gonna wake up and you know what I'm saying? We're gonna grind this shit out. There's way easier ways to do it. So just look into all that shit, bro. 11 Labs. I use Opus for the clips. It's a lot of joints, bro. It's a lot of stuff. Use Buzzsprout. You can use a live podcast network like what we're using, bro, for audio and all that, bro. We can put you in touch with the network. Like whatever you need, you know what I'm saying? But like, let's just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot. It's a lot to consider. This shit ain't easy.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, yeah.
I got a question for you. With all that you heard, Mr. Destined for Greatness, right? With all that you heard and all that you know that you're gonna face, understand that through all these trials and tribulations, me and Cuzzo are still at least a 2-man crew. We used to be 3 and then down to 2, and then we went up to 3 again and down to 2, but we're a 2 to 3-man crew. It's you by yourself. So if you understand the load and the weight that we are carrying, that we are splitting amongst 2 of us and possibly 3 of us, that you're going to have to carry all by yourself as one person, I'm telling you right now, it will overwhelm you, especially if you have already understood what depression is and this roller coaster ride is serious. You're getting a lot of comments. Let me just get some of these off from Instagram. P going crazy. She said, my life is changing and not much on the knowledge, but of the openness to opportunities and consistency, on showing up in spaces that feed me and supporting me in ways that I can. And she says, look into them, but don't mimic. Use what works for you. Use what works for you. Don't lose yourself in the process of trying to be like everyone else.
That's it. Your sauce is your sauce. Your recipe is your recipe.
So what Cuzzo is giving you and what I gave you, right, is ideas of equipment you could use and things that you could use. But like you said, some people use CapCut. Some people don't like CapCut. They use a different platform, right? It's all preference, bro. Sony, Canon, you understand? It doesn't Philips. Whatever camera you like, make it work for you, right? Whatever setup you like, there it is.
Get you your formula.
There it is. Cuzzo set up the StreamYard, but there's also Riverside. We have Riverside. We have other streaming platforms we could use. We just prefer StreamYard, right? So this is customizing the tools and the resources available to you, to your business, the way that you like it and the way that you feel like you can get things done as easy as possible, because you're going to be carrying all this weight. You're gonna be wearing 27 hats at once. So like you said, now you're the podcaster, you're the editor, right? You're the poster, you're the responder for the emails, you're the booking, you're the merchandise designer and the product. You see how my fingers keep, and it will. And again, not knowing your financial status, but most people have to have a 9-to-5. So if you have any type of 9-to-5, this is in addition to having a 9-to-5. If you have a significant other, this is in addition to now spending time with your significant other. If you have children that you got 2, this is in addition to spending time. You see how this thing can quickly fucking become an avalanche.
Message.
And this is why most people quit, bro. Just so you know.
A lot. 80%.
Yeah.
I got you, right. So I'm 34, right?
Okay.
So I feel like I've been like just bullshitting around with life since I was about 17, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I need to go hard at something, man. Like,
Gotcha.
I don't want my baby girls. I got a 7-year-old and I got a 12-year-old and I got 2 baby girls. I don't want my baby girls to look at me how sometimes I might look at my mother and I might look at my pops. And I'd be like, dang, what y'all do for 18 years of my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't put nothing away for me. Y'all ain't pulling to us. Y'all ain't do none of that. You know, so not only am I showing my kids the recipe for being disciplined and trying to reach your goals, I'm also showing them entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? I'm also showing them confidence. I'm also showing them that whatever they want to be, they can be it. You know, that's what I'm showing my baby girl. So it's bigger than just a podcast, bro. I want my daughter kids to be like, look what my grandfather done built. You know what I mean? Look what he done built. That's what I'm about, bro. That's all I'm about. And I feel like me getting into this podcast field, that's my foot in the door to a whole bunch of other shit.
Message.
That's my foot in the door to a whole bunch of other shit, bro. And when I think about my dreams and my goals, when I just sit back and I stare off into space and I'm manifesting shit, I get goosebumps, bro. So I know what I want to do is reachable. I know I can touch it. Bro. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta stay consistent and I gotta stay sober, bro. And if I put them two together, bro, it's to infinity and beyond, bro. I can't go nowhere else. I gotta go.
Yeah, that's real shit. I was with you until you said sober. I'm smacked. I'm with you on everything else. Yeah, I'm gonna be smacked on this road to riches, son. I go.
I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you, bro.
I had to do a little laugh, but
I respect it, though.
Nah, I'm just want to say, bro, like the way you talk about it, the passion you have, the conviction you have,
There
is
you
going
go.
to happen, my brother.
There you go.
As your brother, it's going to happen. All we want to do, we ain't saying we further, we this better, none. We just telling you, bro, this is what the fuck we went through, bro. You gonna go through it.
Yes.
In some variation, bro, because we want to see you win. The reason why we even bring you on, because we want to see you win, bro. What's the odds of you having this story and this nigga because it's supposed to happen?
Bro.
It's supposed to happen.
Nah. Hey, bro, what's the odds of me talking to your wife's sister and your wife's sister put me on 3-way with your wife, and it was supposed to be for New Year's, but then y'all hit me up. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, yo, I can't turn down nothing. You know what I mean? And you know, to be honest with you, bro, like I already know you a busy guy. You and Chatty O, busy guys, you know, y'all got a lot going on. I just want to say thank you, bro. Thank you for even putting your number in the email. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for saying, man, yo, here go my number. Text me, bro, if anything. That shit mean a lot to me, though, bro. Like, for real, bro, because, you know, there's a lot of snakes in the water, bro. And it's sad that in our community, especially the black community, bro, we don't want to help nobody. We don't want to see nobody get above. We don't want to drop no jewels, no game off of nobody, you know, because I don't know why it's like that, bro. I just think it's PTSD, post-traumatic slave disorder or some shit. You feel me?
Well,
but
it's programming. Let's just call it programming.
Programming.
That's exactly what it is.
It's programming.
But if we don't break the program, this is what the breaking the program looks like, bro. We experience the same shit. So if we get some funny shit, we got to be the example that we want to set, bro. Like I don't. We know you. We gonna judge you based off our experiences, bro. Straight up, man. You asking for something, yo. What camera you said again? We should send you the link. Yo, you need something? Boom, boom. You part of the family, and then yo, can I get an intro to? Yo, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And just keep it real. Just keep on the path, bro. Like it's just gonna be a lot. You're by yourself. What I will say, bro, is get your team. You got resources in us, bro. You can hit us up, bro. Sometimes even it's just like, yo, nigga, I don't feel like partying today. Word, me neither, nigga. But we gonna do it, right? But we gonna do it, right?
No doubt.
Press the button. All right, let's do it then. Let's turn the show on. You heard how?
Hold on. I think I got a plug for you right now. P, since you in the comments, P, let me tell you something about P. P been podcasting longer than both of us, and when you talk about a fucking animal, when you talk about work ethic, when you talk about anywhere, everywhere, this little 3'11" motherfucking blue-haired motherfucker she's like the mayor for female podcasting. When I say the mayor, I mean the fucking mayor. Almost any event that you go to, she's there at that event in some capacity. I'm telling you. So, peace. So since you're in the comments and you love the story and your comments and so much, then let's set it up so that you can be his first female guest.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah,
please.
Look at that.
Hey, Pete, do us that solid, please.
So, Pete, you understand? And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you think this shit is funny, wait, Pete, her podcast is called Talk Shit with Pete. And when I tell you she's no holds barred, she's not holding shit back. I'm telling you right now. So you want a real fucking conversation with a female, none of that preppy, prim, with demure. You know what I'm saying? We listen, we don't judge. Nah, P ain't none of that shit. P gonna talk that shit. So she'll be a real interview for you. This is real talk. She'll be a real talk interview for you from a female's point of view. So P, we'll set that up with you and P. You know what I'm saying? And get you your first female guest. Look at that. You see? Opportunity.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro. I definitely appreciate that, fellas.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, yeah. So I just got one more question for you. Since you're into podcasting and you love it and you want to do this thing, if you asked us if we could change something, not if you could change something, but if you could craft something, how would you craft podcasting for you or for the general audience to be in the next 5 years? What would you do to kind of craft the way that podcasting is set up in the next 5 years?
Man, bro, that's a
thing.
Yeah,
and again, I know it's a deep question, but just think about this. Before you realize it, time is going to go by, and you're going to be doing podcasts in a year, 2 years, 3 years. So if you're not helping to craft what podcasting looks like, then you're going to be just operating that you had nothing to do with crafting. So if you don't like it in any sort of way, then you should have done something about it. So remember the question you asked of what could we change? This is before you, what could you change is what could you do to prevent certain things from happening within the podcast space that you know wouldn't be good for podcasters that are passionate like yourself. So think about that. You don't have to answer it now, right? But think about that as a question that you take away from this show. You're setting up in podcasting, you're passionate about it, but be a curator of not only your story, but of podcasts in general, right? Protect podcasts now, right? And help to put in things within podcasting so when future people that come behind you get that bug and they want to tell their stories, it's still in a space that allows for freedom of speech, freedom of imagery, etc., right? It's still in a dope space. But you have to contribute because AI is being trained and they're changing systems, right? So if you're not contributing to the construction of a thing, then you're going to be victim to whatever is created of just being a user like we are now of any product that we didn't help create.
That's a fact, though.
You understand?
That's real, bro.
I got you, Chatty. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I might have to, think about that for maybe.
I got you.
Yeah, because I don't want to just blurt nothing out. That's and I sound crazy and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm going to have to sit on that question, though.
Yeah.
That's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, immediately, it took me to my 9 to 5.
Got you.
And just like you brought up freedom of speech, sometimes I bite my tongue and I hold back what I'm talking about because I still have a 9 to 5. So, and so as soon as you said that, it brought me to that. And I'm like, well, maybe I think what I say on my platform shouldn't get held against me if my 9 to 5 was a sit. I mean, I guess that's where I'm going at with it.
Bro, this is why we have no 9 to 5.
Yeah, I see.
We have no 9 to 5, bro. This is all or nothing. All or nothing. Because at the end of the day, the recipe is the recipe. If it's gonna get to that, I can't take some salt out of this shit.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't do that if I'm gonna get to where we're supposed to go. And the purpose of the GPS, like you said, right? So that's the sacrifice.
That's the sacrifice
of figuring that shit the fuck out. Guess what? It's gonna be tough days. Some day Nigga, we about to do. Nigga, it might be Kwanzaa in this motherfucker. I don't care.
Yeah,
you feel me? It might be Kwanzaa in this motherfucker, but 2026 ain't. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
Growing, you keep grinding, bro. You keep growing, bro. That's what we doing. So that's what we say that for you. These are all the questions we thought about, bro. What kind of innovation? If it's 8 million fucking podcasts, what can we do to be different, bro? Guess what? We may not own this motherfucker. Who doing that? Who doing that? Who do? Who's hating on us?
The man.
The man, the motherfucking man is hating.
Yeah, nah, for real, bro.
Hating on us. Who doing it like that, bro? So the thing about the innovation, what can you do that's still culture, that still grabs people, that's something that's recognizable, something that people want to get when they come to your show? What is an experience that only you can curate? That's the shit. That's the shit in podcasting. A lot of us, you got access to motherfuckers we don't got access to.
Yeah,
we got access. That it's a relationship game. It's a relationship game. So start getting access, bro. Start getting more access to people. Start connecting people, bro. We've had people connect here on deals that made 5-figure deals off of some shit we made off of joint. We ain't make a dime, bro. Are we stressing it? Absolutely not, bro. It is what it is. You always gonna remember us. I know that.
That's a big fact.
And then it's gonna come back full circle always because we doing good business. We doing right by motherfuckers.
That's a big fact. That's a big fact, man.
So just keep that in mind, bro. Keep grinding. How you doing, bro? Get a team. Just thinking about people. You see talent. Trust your instincts, bro. Trust your instincts. You got it. You got a good head on your shoulders, bro. You ain't no dummy, man. You been dummy.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you, Jared and Chatty, yo, man. I think I got a manager in mind. I'm gonna let her know when I leave this jump. I think I got a manager in mind.
Man, closed mouths don't get fed, man.
Hey, that's big fact.
We're making the ass. We're making the ass 2026. This is what we need. This is what I'm trying to do. And guess what? What makes the ask even easier? When they see you doing it.
When they see you doing it, bro. And it's crazy. I said that to your wife, bro. I said, man, I'm so happy I started dropping some videos when I did. Because let's just say, for an example, I had met your wife's sister and I ain't had nothing to show nobody. They looked at me like I'm crazy. Oh, man, you just rapping. You ain't talking about shit. You ain't doing shit. You know? And, bro, I got tired of talking, bro. I'm a doer now, bro. Let's do it.
Come on. Let's talk. Let's do it, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look.
Vibe is.
Hey, Jared, look. I figure, bro, I've been having a nice-ass beard. So I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to make me a beard oil. And we got that here, y'all.
You shit, nigga. Let's talk about that because we hour and 30 before we go.
We gotta pay some bills. We'll be right back.
I'm paying these bills. Nigga, show the beard oil. Nigga, show them a link. Let them know.
Hey,
let them know what to do.
Hey, look. I got the beard oil right here, man. It's actually called the beard sauce. You feel me? It ain't no oil. It's some sauce. Because everything better with the sauce on it. You feel me? So,
beard sauce.
Hit me up. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? My Corner 33. My YouTube channel, My Corner 33, my TikTok, Stay Focused, Stay Sober. And just let me know. I'm finna make me an Etsy account, put this on Etsy, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do a little something, you know. Got the merch, you know. So that's where I'm at with it right now, man.
I'm a support, bro. I ain't gonna fry. I can't get you got the James Harden, John. I can't get that shit get itchy.
I'm gonna send this shit to you, bro, for real.
Please, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the full. I might go James Harden. Yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to do, nigga. I might have to change the look up. You feel me?
Yo, listen. Yeah. So we clear. Only send one of them shits. Don't send one care of me. You're lucky I got an outline because I normally don't have none of this shit on. I'm not doing none of that. That shit is too much, bro.
Send two. Yeah. Might fuck around being fond of it. And then come through with the Abe Lincoln.
He give it to me. I'm gonna re-gift that shit back like a fucking. Yo, Cuzzo, what's them shits that motherfuckers go to people's houses and they give you some shit that nobody ever wants and they re-gift it to somebody else? The cake. What's the name of that shit?
With the secret shop for Santa shit.
Remember, like it's a cake or some shit that people always bring to other people's houses. Like, yeah. It's a cake. and then nobody ever eats that fucking cake.
Fruit
they always
cake?
like re-gift it to somebody else, huh?
Fruit cake or some shit. That's the white people.
Yeah,
shit.
some shit's like a fruit cake or something. Like, who the fuck you get that shit to me? I'm gonna re-gift it back to you for your birthday.
Hey,
I'm gonna get another bottle.
it's some good shit though, player.
Listen, man. I just want to show you something really quickly. Again, just based on the information that you got and the time, and this was a great interview, right? This was a great interview. Just so you know, we only slated to have you on for 30 minutes. You've been on for 1 hour 30, which is our standard full interview time. So see, we actually was gonna do a real talk and talk about other things, but look at what I'm showing you. Should I have cut you off at the 30-minute marker when you just started warming up at 36 minutes? Now it's been 1 hour 30 and you didn't even realize it's been that long. And this has been a complete, now you have your own complete full episode. Even though it's a real talk, we concentrated on you because your message was that important. So that's what I'm trying to show you, bro. You understand? So congratulations, bro. We appreciate you for coming on. Before you get out of here, please and I'm telling you right now, all jokes aside, we laughed and we joked and we had some fun. I just want to let you know the source on everything.
Hey, yo.
I didn't like it. I didn't like that shit. Now, he was like, everything better with sauce on it. Yeah. I let you get away with it because you were promoting that shit, but I didn't like none of that shit.
There was something else you said earlier. You said I get it from both ends.
Oh, yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
He was partying, so I let him go. Like, he was on the money, but I didn't like none of that shit. So let me start with that.
I got you. Hey, I'm with it.
Shit. But because you were saying some dope shit, you see, I didn't fucking interrupt you. But listen to me though. All jokes aside, you have a huge amount of engagement right now. We are live on 6 different channels, and I'm monitoring at least 4 different pages right now, and comments are just coming in. So this is what I'm trying to show you, bro. This isn't even your show. You're a guest on somebody else's show, and look at the type of engagement that you are getting by people listening to your story and feeling like, yo, he's authentic, he's real. I could get with that. I want to listen to his podcast. You understand? So when you walk away from this podcast, remember that, right? Listen to the engagement. Look at what we talked about. Mm-hmm. This was general, but it was kind of, business based and also substance abuse based. So just think about it, right? And just use the information that the audience gives you to make a decision. But before we get out of here, please let the audience know, where's your podcast? What's the name of it? Once again, right? Who are you? How to get in contact with you directly? Because I guarantee you're going to get a lot of followers and people that want to connect with you after this.
Man, hey, Jared and Chatty, I just want to say thank you so much, man. Honestly, bro, you guys like role models, dog. Like real talk, bro. So on TikTok, it's Stay Focused, Stay Sober. Stay Focused is just 1 S, and then on YouTube is My Corner -33, MyCorna-33, and my Instagram is My Corner -33. So please, you guys, man, subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. Hit me up on Instagram. I just started posting on Instagram, so bear with me. You know what I mean? But my YouTube is crazy. My TikTok is crazy. And eventually my Instagram will be crazy, man. And I got that beard oil too. So that beard sauce. So yeah, let me know, man. And like I said,
pause. He paused. I said pause, nigga.
Appreciate
that oil. The baby oil, beard oil is too soon.
The beard sauce.
The beard sauce, too soon. It's just too soon. The Puff documentaries, I don't like none of it. I don't like none of it. I don't like that shit one bit. I'm sorry. I mean to cut you off, but that was disgusting. Go ahead, though.
Hey, look, I appreciate y'all fellas, man. Real talk, bro. I definitely appreciate that shit, man. Seriously, man. Y'all do some
listen,
real guys, bro.
We have one real request of you. Pay it forward.
Oh yeah.
That's what we're charging you for coming on this episode and allowing you access to our audience and expertise and things of that nature. We're charging you the price of paying it forward. So when the next person comes up to you and they need help or they need information, go ahead and give that information and don't gatekeep, because we're not gatekeepers over here, and we're trying to once again, be proactive and shape the culture moving forward into not being gatekeepers, right? Because we know what that looks like from before. So this is what we're doing to help proactively change the podcast space, giving out the information, giving out the resources, and giving out the access to the resources, right? Because it's a big difference between giving out information to a resource and then giving out access to the resource, right? So we're doing all of those things, and we want you to just please pay it forward.
I got a different ask.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay, keep going.
Somebody told us, you know what I mean? The same thing. I'm gonna tell you what they told us, bro. Keep going. Now we invested in you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So now you keep going. I don't want to be a year from now, 2026. I go to your page, I don't see a video in 7 months. I'm gonna pull your card.
Yeah.
Please do.
I'm gonna pull your card. So I'm just letting you know, bro. So just keep going. Don't matter what the days look like, just keep fucking going. Every day ain't gonna be great, but guess what? Even on the ugly days, there's something good to happen, bro. So just keep fucking going. Do it, man. Because if you don't do it, who? I ain't got no millionaires in my family. I don't know if you got millionaires in your family, but I've already decided I'm gonna be that one.
Yes.
So I already know you made that decision, man. So with that, keep going, bro. That's all I ask. Keep going.
You said you got it tatted on your arm. Can you?
Yeah, that's it.
Can I see it? Can you show it?
Oh, right here. This actually was my first. You can't really see it, but
okay,
it's right here. Destined for greatness.
Okay.
My birthday. Yep. Destined for right here. Destined for greatness. Yep.
Got you.
That's it. And this happened in 2026. Zowers, you already know what it is, man. My corner more than a title. We out here, man. Come on, take us home. What we talking about?
I mean, listen, man. We started with G&T as we normally do. Once again, I have to say, sincerest condolences again to the Malcolm family for your guys' loss. We will be in attendance whenever the viewing services are out there because we have to show up for our people in life and in death, right? In life and in death. We won't abandon you just because you're not here anymore. We love you, Seneca. You understand? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been another episode of Real Talk. Just like any other episode, man, we come out here and we just try to be authentic. We hope that, we don't hope. We know, because this man was clearly convincing enough to let you know he has a mission. He has a mission. He's on his mission. He dropped a lot of gems that I should have led with phenomenal. You understand? Because he definitely dropped a lot of gems. He's clearly focused on what he wants to do. He was vulnerable enough to tell you his journey. And we appreciate our guests for coming on and doing like that because everybody knows someone battling with some type of addiction. Everyone knows someone battling with some type of an addiction. So please, if you or your loved ones or you know someone that's battling with some type of an addiction, let's try to get them as much help as possible. And let's try to love them because it's a disease and not just make fun of them and just try to put them down in a space like if they're a piece of shit or they're not worth anything because they're addicted to a substance. All right. We have to do better as people. And we want to thank him for coming on and being vulnerable because without that vulnerability in that section, then you don't relate to him when he tells his stories. But because he was vulnerable, you relate and you become core audience members because you like this man is authentic. So we wish him best on his journey. He did it cold turkey without a support team. So we acknowledge that, but please understand if that's not your lane, get the support you need. But regardless of how you do it, get the help that you need to get better. And when you get better and you've beat it, it reiterizes what we say to end off every single show, right? The dream is free. You want to beat it? You want to beat it? You want to get past it? All right.
You want to beat it? You want to beat it? You want to beat it? I didn't like it. I didn't like the way you said it.
I take what is crazy. Hold on. That was nuts. Okay.
Pause.
Hold on. Because I'm a good sport, I didn't even like me saying that shit to myself.
Hey yo.
I'm an Ayo myself because I said I'll take one, which is terrible sounding, which is fucking terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is fucking Tuesday. This is why it's one of our favorite podcast days of the week. We're mourning right now and still giving you this type of energy, still giving you this type of show. The dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. We're going to see y'all on Thursday, God willing, man. Enjoy yourselves. It's more than a title. Y'all can't fuck with us. You know what it is.
What you know about me? Seen it all, heard it all. Oh, what you know about me?